Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome to part 1 of Pandas tutorial. In this video, we will see what Pandas is and how to create a Pandas data frame. We will also see how we can import an external file and convert it to Pandas data frame. So let us see what actually is Pandas. So let me open another slide. So you can see on my screen, Pandas is a fast, powerful and flexible tool which is open source for data analysis, and it is also built on top of Python programming language. So in order to use Pandas, first thing we need to do is we need to install Pandas. So for that, you need to go to your command prompt, PowerShell or terminal if you are on Mac. So let me open my PowerShell here. Now to install Pandas, I need to type a command which is pip install Pandas. Okay. So when you hit enter, you will see on your screen that it will start downloading and installing Pandas. Now, since I already have Pandas installed on my machine, you can see I'm getting a message requirement already satisfied. So now there is one thing that if you are using pip, you can write pip install Pandas. Otherwise, if you are using conda distribution, you can simply write conda install Pandas. Now, as we have downloaded the Pandas and installed it, let's jump over to Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab to see how we can use it. So I have opened my Jupyter Lab notebook. So you can see in the first line of this cell, I have imported Pandas as PD. So you can give any name, like it is not necessary to write it import Pandas as PD. You can give it any name, but it is a convention which is used generally that Pandas is imported as PD. So let me just run this cell. So I have run this cell. Now in the second line, you can see that I have created two dictionaries. So these are basically dictionaries with student names. So in this dictionary, we have some key and values. So you can see we have keys name, age, gender, marks, email. And in the second dictionary also have the same attribute. So for the purpose of demonstration, I have created these two dictionaries and now we will convert them to Pandas data frame. So to convert a Pandas data frame is really simple. So now what we need to do is just we need to write pd.dataframe and just we need to enclose it in the braces. So now you can see that I have done that. So let me run it. Now I have run this cell, and if I type student 1, okay, it is not in space here. So let me write student 1 and you can see we get our data frame 1 here. Let me type student 2. So now you can see that we have our second data frame here. So now we have seen how we can convert a dictionary to a data frame or create a custom data frame. So now for the purpose of demonstration, we will head over to UCI, which is a repository and which is hosting a lots of data files over there. So you can go and Google your whatever data you require. So for the purpose of data analysis. So for now, for the purpose of demonstration here, I am using house price dataset. It is a very popular dataset. So let me just download this. For that, you need to go to Google and just type house price dataset UCI. So now let me click here and you can see that this page opens and here we have our data. So if you click on housing.data and housing.names, so these are basically two things we need at this time. So now we will create everything from scratch. So stay with me, it is going to be fun. So guys, after downloading the data, I have copied it over to my directory where I have my Jupyter notebook. So you can see this is my Jupyter notebook and here I have copied my data. So let me open these and let me see what it is. So if I go in this part, you can see that I have the data here and it is tab separated. Okay. And if I go to this part, then you will see it is very interesting and you can see the information about your data columns. So here we have attribute information, CRIM, ZN, Indus, Knox, RM, age. So here CRIM is basically per capita crime rate by town and RM is average number of rooms per dwelling. So you can just go over to these and the data will make very much sense once you go through these attributes. Why? Because while doing an analysis, it is very important to know the data and it will help you in that. Okay. So now since we have seen our data, so we know that it is the name of our columns. So let me just rename this file and let me do it as housing underscore names. Okay, so now we have renamed it. So now that we have our data ready, so the next step is to go to Jupyter and import the data there. So you can see that I have extracted the column names for our data frame. So how did I do that? Basically, to do that, you can go to housing names and copy these column names from there and just make a list of them. So you can see that I have created column names Crim, Jaden, Indus in the order as they are provided there. So I have my column names here. To import the data frame, what I need to do, let us say I write data because I want to store the data frame in this data variable. So let me do pd dot read underscore table. Why am I using read underscore table? Because if I go here and see in the properties, then you can see that it is a data file. Okay, so how will I import it then? I will simply write housing dot data. Now here comes a very important thing. When you are importing a file, you need to provide the separator. So what is separator? Separator is basically how the records are separated. So now let me head over to my data, and here you can see that the data has been separated by a space. So in order to load this data, I need to provide the separator edge sep equals to s plus. So this is the way you can import the separated space separated data. Okay, and then I will type names equals to call names. Okay, so now let me run it. Okay, let me just run it now and then we will see. Let me type in data. Okay, so seems like I have made some mistake. Maybe it should be like this. Okay, so now you can see that we have imported our data. In this video so far, we have seen how to create a data frame and import an external file to Pandas. In the next video, we will see what are the properties of a data frame, and also we will learn about Pandas series. Please like this video and subscribe my channel for more such videos. Thank you.